Namaste doston. Today we're diving into the history of one of India's greatest warriors, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He wasn't just a king, he was a force of nature, a lionheart who fought against all odds to protect his people and his land. Imagine the sheer will it takes to stand against an empire, to face down armies that outnumber you 10 to 1. That's the kind of man Shivaji was. Join us as we explore the top 10 epic battles he fought to establish his kingdom. Ye battles just clashes of swords and shields nahi. They were battles of wit against might, of courage against fear. We'll trek through the same landscapes, feel the weight of history in the air, and understand the strategies that made Shivaji a legend. This is about survival. Not just surviving a harsh environment, but surviving the onslaught of an empire. It's about the fight for freedom, for dignity, for the right to your own destiny. Get ready to be inspired. Get ready to be amazed. This is the story of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Picture this. The year is 1659, the place a narrow mountain pass shrouded in mist and tension. Afzal Khan, a seasoned general of the mighty Bijapur Sultanate, has come to crush the fledgling rebellion of Shivaji Maharaj. Khan, confident in his superior numbers, seeks to lure Shivaji into a trap, a personal duel where brute force would prevail. But Shivaji, a master strategist, was never one to play by someone else's rules. He knew the terrain was his ally. Every twist and turn of the pass, every hidden crevice, became a weapon in his arsenal. As Khan approached, complacent and arrogant, Shivaji struck. He used the element of surprise, the terrain itself, and a weapon called the tiger claws to deliver a decisive blow. The Battle of Pratapgarh wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. Isne ek new power ki arrival ka announcement kiya on the Indian subcontinent, a power that refused to bow to tyranny. It showed the world that Shivaji Maharaj was not just a warrior, but a force of nature, as unpredictable and as unstoppable as a mountain storm. With the victory at Pratapgarh, Shivaji Maharaj's fame spread like wildfire. But the Bijapur Sultanate, wounded yet still powerful, sought revenge. Unhone apni armies south bheji, aiming to crush Shivaji's growing influence in the heartland of Kolhapur. Shivaji, always a step ahead, knew a direct confrontation would be costly. He employed a tactic known as guerrilla warfare, using the dense forests and hilly terrain to his advantage. His troops, swift and agile, would launch lightning raids, disappearing back into the landscape before the enemy could react. The Battle of Kolhapur was a testament to Shivaji's tactical brilliance. He outmaneuvered the larger, more cumbersome Bijapuri army, weakening their morale with each successful ambush. It was a victory won not just by might but by intellect and a deep understanding of the land. The Bijapur Sultanate, relentless in its pursuit, laid siege to the Panhala fort, where Shivaji Maharaj was stationed. It was a classic standoff, a seemingly impregnable fortress against a vast, determined army. The siege raged for months. Supplies dwindled, the walls echoed with the constant bombardment, and the defenders grew weary. But Shivaji Maharaj remained undeterred. He rallied his men, his spirit unbroken. He understood that hope, even in the direst circumstances, was a weapon more powerful than any cannon. One stormy night, under the cover of darkness and torrential rain, Shivaji, displaying incredible courage, slipped through the enemy lines with a small band of loyal soldiers. They made their way to the safety of Vishalgarh fort, leaving behind a garrison to continue the defense of Panhala. The escape was a testament to Shivaji's bravery and his ability to inspire his men even in the face of overwhelming odds. The siege continued, but Shivaji's spirit, his will to resist, remained unbroken. The escape from Panhala was just the beginning. Shivaji Maharaj, with a small contingent of soldiers, found himself pursued by a massive Bijapuri army led by the relentless Baji Ghorpade. The enemy was closing in, and Shivaji's escape route to Vishalgarh fort was still miles away. It was here, at a narrow mountain pass called Pavan Kind, that one of the most selfless acts of bravery in Indian history unfolded. Bazi Prabhu Deshpande, a fierce warrior and a loyal commander in Shivaji's army, volunteered to hold back the enemy, buying precious time for his king to reach safety. With a handful of men, Bazi Prabhu Deshpande stood his ground against wave after wave of Bijapuri soldiers. The narrow pass became a choke point, a crucible of courage where every inch of ground was soaked in blood. They fought with the ferocity of cornered tigers, knowing their sacrifice would secure their king's freedom. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, threatened by Shivaji Maharaj's growing power, sent his maternal uncle, Shaista Khan, a seasoned and ruthless general, to crush the Maratha resistance. Shaista Khan captured Pune, Shivaji's seat of power, and established his headquarters in the Lal Mahal Palace, confident in his defenses. But Shivaji Maharaj, never one to be underestimated, had a daring plan. He knew the terrain like the back of his hand, every shadow, every alleyway. He infiltrated Pune with a small, carefully selected band of warriors, their movements cloaked by the night. They slipped past Mughal patrols, their footsteps silent, their eyes fixed on their target, the heart of the Lal Mahal. The attack was swift and brutal. They took the Mughals completely by surprise, their cries echoing through the palace corridors, a symphony of chaos and fear. Shaista Khan barely escaped with his life, losing his fingers in the melee. The Mughal treasury, the lifeblood of their empire, was a tempting target. Surat, a bustling port city and a symbol of Mughal wealth, became the focal point of Shivaji's next audacious move. In 1664, Shivaji Maharaj, leading his army on a daring raid, descended upon Surat. The Mughal defenses, taken completely by surprise, were no match for the fury of the Maratha onslaught. They stormed the city, their objective clear, to strike at the heart of the Mughal economy. For 3 days and nights they systematically targeted the wealthy Mughal merchants and the imperial treasury, seizing vast quantities of gold, silver, and precious jewels. The raid on Surat sent shockwaves through the Mughal Empire. It was a humiliating blow, not just to their coffers, but to their pride. It proved that Shivaji Maharaj was not just a regional player, but a force to be reckoned with, capable of striking at the very heart of their empire. In the rugged mountainous region of Javli, local chieftains held sway, their loyalties often shifting with the winds of power. Shivaji Maharaj, seeking to consolidate his kingdom and secure his southern borders, turned his attention to this strategically important region. The chieftains of Javli, accustomed to their independence, underestimated Shivaji's resolve. They had allied themselves with the Mughals, hoping to maintain their autonomy. But Shivaji, a master of diplomacy and warfare, employed a two-pronged approach. He appealed to the Maratha identity, reminding the people of their shared heritage and the importance of unity against external forces. At the same time, he unleashed his military might, his forces moving swiftly through the treacherous mountain passes, capturing key forts and strongholds. Javli fell, and with it, a vital link in Shivaji's growing kingdom was secured. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, enraged by Shivaji's audacity, dispatched his most formidable general, 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐭𝐸, to crush the Maratha rebellion once and for all. 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐭𝐸, a brilliant strategist in his own right, pursued a campaign of attrition, isolating Shivaji's forts and cutting off his supply lines. The Mughals laid siege to the formidable Purandar fort, a key stronghold in Shivaji's kingdom. Despite the valiant defense put up by the Maratha warriors, the Mughals, with their superior numbers and firepower, slowly gained the upper hand. Shivaji Maharaj, recognizing the futility of a prolonged siege, chose a strategic retreat. He negotiated the Treaty of Purandar with 𝐒𝐚𝐧𝐭𝐸, ceding control of several forts to the Mughals in exchange for peace and recognition of his sovereignty over the remaining territories. It was a tactical move, a step back to secure a stronger future. The Treaty of Purandar was a bitter pill to swallow, but Shivaji Maharaj never lost sight of his ultimate goal, an independent Maratha kingdom. When the opportunity arose, he would strike back with even greater ferocity. Sinhagad Fort, strategically vital and a symbol of Maratha pride, had been surrendered to the Mughals as part of the treaty. Retaking it became Shivaji Maharaj's obsession. He entrusted this perilous mission to Tanazi Malusre, a fearless warrior known for his climbing skills and unmatched bravery. The Mughals, confident in the impregnable defenses of Sinhagad, never expected a night attack. But Tanazi and his hand-picked band of soldiers, scaling the sheer cliff face with the agility of mountain cats, took the Mughal garrison completely by surprise. The battle was intense, a desperate struggle for every inch of the fort. Tanazi, leading the charge, fell in the heat of the battle, but his sacrifice spurred his men forward to victory. Sinhagad was back in Maratha hands. Raigad Fort, Shivaji Maharaj's capital, stood as a symbol of Maratha independence, a beacon of hope for a people yearning for freedom. The Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, determined to crush Shivaji's rebellion once and for all, dispatched a massive army led by his son, Muazzam Khan, to capture this impregnable fortress. The Mughals laid siege to Raigad, their cannons bombarding the fort day and night. But the Maratha defenders, inspired by their king's unwavering resolve, fought back with unmatched ferocity. They repulsed every attack, their courage fueled by the knowledge that they were defending their homeland, their very way of life. The siege raged for months, but Raigad stood firm, a testament to the unbreakable spirit of Shivaji Maharaj and his people. The Mughals, unable to breach the defenses, were eventually forced to lift the siege. Raigad, the lion's den, remained unconquered, a symbol of Maratha resilience. We've scaled mountains, navigated treacherous passes, and witnessed battles that shaped a nation. But more importantly, we've walked in the footsteps of a legend, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. He wasn't just a warrior, he was a visionary, a leader who understood that true strength comes from the will of the people. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's legacy as a brilliant strategist and valiant warrior continues to inspire millions. His story is a testament to the power of courage, determination, and an unwavering belief in one's destiny. He showed the world that even the mightiest empires can be challenged, that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit can triumph. Thank you for joining us in revisiting these monumental battles that shaped the history of India. Remember, the spirit of Shivaji Maharaj lives on in every heart that yearns for freedom, in every act of courage, and in every dream of a better tomorrow.